Hi and welcome back to the channel and a happy new year to you. Today I thought I'd show you a little bit about what I'm going to be doing with little Thomas in terms of his gundog training, because that is his purpose. He's going to be trained as a gundog. So returners to the channel will know that little Thomas is not a spaniel, he's not a retriever. He is one of the HPR, hunt, point and retrieve. He's a large Munsterlander, so he's going to be trained to do HPR, hunt, point and retrieve. So I'm just going to quickly run through what those things are and how I train a young puppy. Thomas is now 5 months old yesterday, so his training is still very basic, but I'm going to show you what he's doing at the minute. So I'm in Clumber Park. It's New Year's Day and it is actually quite busy, so there's lots of distractions around for little Thomas. But I'm going to take him off the lead and I'm going to show you what I'm doing with his retrieving skills at the minute. So I've just dropped the lead on the floor for now. And he's just having a bit of a scrat about, so I'm going to get his attention with the dummy. It's not as wide, it's not as heavy as a pound dummy. It's about half a pound, but it is longer. Right, so we'll get little Thomas's attention, because I've got no attention at the minute. Thomas! So I've just been swinging the dummy around like that just to get his attention. So there you can see he would like the dummy. So I've got his attention. So now we're going to just practice a bit of steadiness. Sit. Good boy. Sit. So he's learnt his sit nicely and I'm just wandering the dummy around. Dummy! Good boy. So if I were to just throw the dummy, then he will just go after it, as you'll see. Dummy! 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 Good boy! Good boy! So it doesn't matter, they said that he dropped the dummy, it didn't come back to hand. Most of the time it does come back to hand. But I want him to want the dummy, so I'm teasing him with the dummy. There. Dummy! So I'm going to get him a bit closer to me, waddle the dummy around so he sits, because he's been taught that at home, and then just put my hand round his chest while I throw the dummy back. And then let him go fetch the dummy. Good lad! And then I'm going to give him a treat when he comes back. Good lad, good boy, good boy, good boy. So he did bring the dummy back to hand, and a lot of people will tell you not to feed treats when the dummy comes back, because that teaches the dog to drop. But it rather does depend on what problem you have or haven't got. I'm more interested in him bringing the dummy back rather than doing loop the loop round a field going, haha, I've got the dummy. So we'll do that again. Get my treat ready. Dummies! What's Dummies! Back. Good lad. Good lad. Good lad. Good lad. Good lad. There. So I've just come somewhere that I can throw the dummy into a little bit of cover so he's got to hunt for it more. So I'm just going to show you that. Back. Good lad, yay! Good lad, good lad, good lad. So, not only did he find it, but he also brought it back to hand, so that's fabulous. Good lad, yay! Good lad! Well, I've struggled to find anywhere away from anybody that I can actually let him off lead and let him have a little run and show you what I'm doing with him. Stunned. It's absolutely rammed. So, just going to let him have a little run around and then use my whistle just to start getting the idea what the different whistles mean. So just waiting for him to go off in one direction and then I'm going to go off in the other direction. These doobies are smelling bits of... Don't eat those. Thomas, come on. Thomas! Go boy. Go boy. Go on in. Go on in. So when he trots off, I'm going to go in a different direction and then use my peep peep to mean turn. And off he goes in that direction. Just let him get a little bit further ahead, and then I'll change direction again. Good lad. Go on in. Go on in. Go on in. Good lad. So I just moved a little bit faster as well, just to create a bit of energy, get him coming with me, get him turning with that peep peep, which is a turn, what we call a turn whistle. There we go, he's on something. Good boy, good boy. Whoopsie daisy. He's got to learn how to use his legs. Good lad. Good lad. Go on in. Go on in. Go on in. There. Getting to turn down there. Go on in. Go on in. Go on. And then I'm going to change direction again. Good lad. Good lad. Good lad. Go on in. Go on. Go on in. Go on in. Good lad. Go on in. Go on in. Good lad. Good lad. So my recoil whistle is 3 pips in a row, and I tend to do several of them. So peep peep peep, peep peep peep, peep peep peep. That means come back here. So we're gonna send little Thomas off again, who is currently destroying the vegetation, and we're gonna practice that little recoil whistle. Go on in. Go on. Go on in, man. So as I've talked about on other little videos that I've made, your recoil is one of the most important things that you need your dog to have. So having a really good recoil is something that you need to establish in a young puppy, and then as they get older and into adulthood and all through their lives, you need to keep ensuring that they understand that there is no hesitation. An adult dog, unless it's having a poo, should come straight back when you recoil. That's going to keep it safe. It's also going to mean that your dog's going to be able to have a lot more freedom through its life, going to be able to do a lot more with the dog that you've got that solid recoil, because you know they can go anywhere, because at the instant of any trouble you can recoil. So we're going to do a little bit of practice with young Thomas, who is only 5 months old. Bless him. So first things first, try to make sure that you're going to be successful. Trying to do a recoil with a 5-month-old puppy, if there's another dog or something else that your particular puppy finds very attractive, you're going to be practicing the wrong behaviours. You're going to be practicing your puppy ignoring you, so don't do that. So, I'm just wandering this way. No dogs inside, so little Thomas is having a little rumble around, and then I'm going to call him back, but I'm going to call him with the whistle. So as I've just described, 3 peeps. There, good lad. Good lad. So he's come straight back, and I've been ready with the treat. So he gets the treat, and then he gets to run around some more as well. Good boy. Good boy. Go on in. Go on in. So you send him off again. So I call it yo-yo. You do a little bit of yo-yoing, call them back, send them off, call them back, send them off.